Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, citizens of all ages, welcome back to another special edition Star Citizen 3.1. And oh my good goddamn sweet baby Jesus, holy tap dancing Christ, do I have a video for you. So today I'm doing an AEGIS Reclaimer combat test. Yeah. So let's see if we are still forced to use the airlocks. Hopefully they'll fix this elevator soon. Oh, wait a minute. They fixed it! Wait, oh my god! Wait, hold on, wait, let's see. Let's see. Oh, it's working! Yes! Oh, thank the Lord. They fixed the elevator. Oh, this is so good. Oh, this is so much better. Alright, now, let's see if we can do one of them takeoffs. It's kind of neat because it looks like this thing's doing like a push-up when it's going to take off. Like one of them real slow, hulking, just push themselves up into the air. I have got to say, I am abso-fucking-lutely loving the Reclaimer. Now that they've got that elevator fixed, oh my god, like this is my ship. This is the ship. Admittedly, there are still some effects that need to be reined in, as you might have saw on the thrusters, but look at this beast, this behemoth, this sexy ass. Like, oh god, it's so good. So, let's accept the mission. We're already over at Yila. And let's get to kicking some pirate ass. Woo! Alright, first victim, target, is gonna be a Gladius. And woo boy, look at them weapons. Oh god. Oh, they're gonna hit. Oh, jeez. Good thing we're in a big ship, and this thing has hella armor, reinforced hull, hella shields. I mean, look at that, just throwing lasers down range. Pew, 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 pew. And you know what, I have to say, I actually feel that the Reclaimer, in terms of weapons, are quite balanced. Like, holy shit, it looks like you're throwing a lot of munitions, but it actually takes quite a while to take down just one Gladius. Now, keep in mind, that is a NPC-controlled Gladius. Had that been a player, you would not have been able to do that. Now, I know full well that this Reclaimer is not a dogfighter. I understand that, but in my hands, every ship can be a dogfighter. As you see going up against this Cutlass Black, boom, wipes the floor with him, but had a considerable time to kill, considering, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 or 8 weapons are hitting it? No, it's like 4 or 6. Hold on, let's see. 1, 4, 6, yeah. And I think those are size 4 weapons? Size 4s? I think they're size 4s. Had these guys been players, easily would have been able to mop the floor. And I totally understand that one. But that's why I enjoy going up against the NPC AIs, because now that they've got the AI subsumption, their AI ships tied into subsumption, these actually have a much better flight path, if you will. Instead of them just going up, down, real crazily trying to, like, ignore rounds, these actually seem to fly more naturally, if you will. And I gotta say, this was a complete and utter blast. Tons like now, this Gladius really seemed to actually put up quite a fight. I had to go after him. I think it was this one. A couple of these Gladius actually did give me a run for my money. And considering that I'm in such a large target, it seemed as though they were purposely firing missiles at me a little bit more than I've normally run into. And that goes and tells me that this AI is actually pretty smart. It seems to me like they were thinking, wow, this is a big ship, it's got almost zero maneuverability, I can hit this with missiles. And boy, were they correct. Another thing that I like is that although I am, in essence, flying the broadside of a barn, it has just enough armor and shields to where, although I was taking damage, it wasn't an incredible amount, but at the same time, it wasn't such a minuscule amount that I'm like, eh, whatever. I think this was actually a very, very good balance. Now, keep in mind, with the ship, the Reclaimer, being the size that it is and the speed that it is, there is literally no possible way that a Reclaimer pilot would be able to torture or torment basically any other ship. So I think they should absolutely keep the Reclaimer in this configuration. Having these types of weapons and the amount of them is perfect because they aren't super hard hitting, but it's enough of a defensive deterrent that if somebody were to go on the attack, you throwing a couple volleys back with the amount of munitions that you have would surely be enough to scare somebody away. Sig, I want to applaud you, and I want to say thank you for listening and making the Reclaimer fucking awesome. Excuse me. The only thing that we're missing now are tractor beams and the claw, and being able to use that and actually do salvage. But again, more than aware, it's going to more than likely come online in or around salvage does. Now there is a couple interesting things though. While I was piloting this for what seemed like a slightly extended period of time, after a while, when I tried to start free looking around, it was as if my mouse was disconnected and not moving. So when I was encountering that, I actually got up and out of the seat, and it translated over to my character. I couldn't use my mouse to look around, so I'm wondering what kind of a bug that is. Luckily, after a little bit of time, I was able to work through it. Now, back to what I was saying about the guns. Here will be a good idea of what we're looking at for munitions, and it is awesome. If you notice, that top turret in the front actually was not being used. That is another, what I believe is remote turret that the co-pilot or somebody down in the remote turret console area would be able to use, and I think that's brilliant. I think giving the amount and placement of the weapons that the pilot has at their disposal now is amazing. It's perfect. It's right in that middle ground, right on the money. Sig, please, for the love of God, don't change these. Don't gladiator us and then all of a sudden take them all away out of nowhere. This is needed, and this is perfect. This is the perfect amount of deterrence, especially for the size of this ship. Especially for the pilot, and I mean, just bravo, kudos, I can't say it. Now let's get back to the action. Here we go, going up against a Gladius, even though it appears my radar thinks that it is a Aurora. That's another thing I was having, a little bit of targeting issues, whereas you can plainly see here, I'm going after a Gladius, but the Aurora showed up. And keep in mind, during this time, I am pressing the corresponding keys to try to scan around at the other enemies and targets that are in the vicinity, but it wasn't doing that. Again, I'm attributing that to some sort of bug or glitch that maybe had to do with the looking, because it was around this time that it was happening. Now, I'm of the opinion that I was locked on to maybe that other Aurora that just flew over, but for some reason wasn't locking on to this Gladius. I'm pressing R, T, I'm pressing U, trying to just get it to pop up, because I've had issues where my locking on and scanning, if you will, having that like 3D targeting in the upper right, wasn't working in Arena Commander. So to get it to work, after I killed a target, I'd have to press U, and then either press T or R, T getting the closest hostile, while R highlights the closest hostile to your reticle, to your aiming reticle. Pro tip right there. So I've noticed that once I've killed an enemy that I've already had targeted, if I press U and then either press T or R, that'll get the radar or the locking on and the targeting back working correctly. Unfortunately, it wasn't doing so here. So some of this I was kind of guessing. Luckily, it worked here, but there was another ship that I actually had to guess on, and that took a little bit longer. But again, it was such a fun fight. Right here, I think you can actually see it. This is where it wasn't locking on. Yeah, see? So I'm pressing R, I'm pressing T, I'm pressing U, nothing. So this is me literally just trying to eye it. It looks like he's basically flying forwards, kind of in a straight line. So it wasn't too terrible. He was getting some good hits on me. I was getting better hits on him. And, I mean, straight up, this was just so much fucking fun. I really don't think I've had this much fun in combat in the longest time. And I really sincerely, truly mean that. So good. I cannot say it enough. SIG has hit the Reclaimer out of the park in such a good way. I mean, I am so happy that I have this ship. This is perfect now. I wish the ship had missiles, but again, given the fact that it's an industrial ship, totally forgivable. Not a huge issue. So, now I figured I wanted to do a little bit of a request that a couple people have actually asked of me. They said, "Hey Will, when you can, bring the Reclaimer down planetside and land near one of the outposts and do one of those cool, imposing looks like they did on the ATV." And I was like, "Holy shit, that's a great idea." Now, in this instance, I actually was still decoupled, which was from the fight, one of the previous fights, and I didn't realize I was decoupled. So you're about to see a really big mistake. Boingy. The Reclaimer basically just pushed off of the ground instead of landing, but that was my fault. I regained control, and I'm like, okay, let's try that one more time. But I mean, just look at this scenery. The updated textures for the planets, moons, the astral bodies, whatever. I mean, breathtaking. Look at that. That is some gorgeous fucking geography. This terrain, oh my god, like, again, hats off to SIG and the environment development team, the environment artists, all of the artists. I mean, shit, the whole fucking everybody. Kudos. This is nothing short of breathtakingly amazing, and I, for one, love this. Alright, so here we are. We are coming up on one of the emergency shelters. I was actually planning on trying to land at ArcCorp or at Benson Mining, but then I remembered Benson is just basically like this emergency shelter, and I had already been playing for over an hour before I'd even gotten down to this area, and the closest larger pad was some 800 kilometers away or something like that. And again, with it taking so long just to go from space through Atmo to getting to a landing position, I was like, you know what, this should suffice, this should be perfect, and if anything, should be slightly more of a challenge because the terrain is uneven. So I really wanted to try out all these articulating landing gears, excuse me, and see just how good this really is. And well, you'll see. Again, I gotta give it up. The smoke effects and the VTOL dust being blown up, so good. I mean, look at that. It looks amazing. And that articulating gear, I can't get over. Like, that looks so freaking cool. It, again, is just nothing short of beautiful. And again, that springy gear, you know, does another push-up and launches itself into the air, which I did not realize at this time. I was like, oh, yeah, we're way up there. So then I tried to bring it back down again, and we landed-ish. But again, it looks like it actually pushed me back up. Yeah, see? That landing gear, man, it is springy. But then, boom, finally come down. Sorry. Finally come down. Finally come to a safe, stable position. And now we can make it out to get outside and try to get a couple more glamour shots. Taking the elevator up. And I know I've said this prior in one of the other videos. I really love this industrial feel. You can definitely tell aliens in the Nostromo were a rich subject that they got inspiration from. And if I do say so myself, they hit this out of the park. Like, this ship, it just oozes personality, oozes atmosphere, and it actually feels grounded, like this could be a ship that you'd see. And I cannot tell you how excited and stoked I am that this elevator finally works. Well, it appears we have reached that time in the video once again. So I would like to thank everybody who has watched. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, or ideas for future episodes, leave them down below as well. I do want to try to do kind of a 3.1 compilation video, so if there's anything that you want to see that I've not done yet, leave it down below in the comments. March giveaway for the Cutlass Black is still on and poppin'. So if you want to get entered for that, all you got to do is be a subscriber, like, and comment the videos throughout March, and that's it. You're in. So, once again, I'm going to leave the video here. I don't know why I always broken record that, but we finally made it. We got it. Yeah! We got down to the planet side without blowing up or having the game crash. Thank you very much for watching. All you beautiful bastards out there, you have yourselves a wonderful day, morning, night, evening, whenever, wherever you just so happen to be. This has been Will. Love, peace, chicken grease.